territory. The Algonquin people agreed to share the land on which we reside, but did not surrender their title and rights to it. We acknowledge, therefore, that we continue to occupy unceded Algonquin territory. I'll give you a chance to read what we're about this morning. CampLau-ren is the camp of our presbytery. How many people here have gone to church camp? How many people liked going to church camp? I think that is like an election in some unsavory republics. The votes are in, it's 100%. Christian camping is so important. It provides our youth a safe place to feel welcome and accepted, and they learn to welcome and accept. It's a transformational opportunity where children, young people, families get close to nature, close to God, in a context that is free. Not formless, but not too constrained. It's a place where we can sing together. We're going to do a skit this morning or two. We can be silly together. We can sit by the water. We can fish and canoe. It's an opportunity to develop leadership skills like Counselor Heather. Counselor Quinn, sorry, it's more of an alliteration. And I was going to say perhaps something in the reflection this morning, an oasis away from the busyness of life. Our gospel lesson this morning is very simple, and it takes us to the absolute core of our living the Christian experience. And it's about sacrifice for the sake of loving others. And at church camp, we pull ourselves away from not just the business of life, but even the formality of church. And sometimes the heaviness or the seriousness of some of the things we talk about. We don't want to take away from the importance of our social justice priorities, for example. But sometimes it's important for us to step back, rest in those simple ideas of our faith. And we'll do that this morning. And I'm going to play this video. There we go. go. So, our prelude this morning is the #1 requested campfire song. Can anyone guess what that song is? No. Wendy, please.
You're going to know this, so you sing along at the right time. If I'm on the right note here.
Go. Now, my father, in, we'll say, 1970, had a cassette. Do you know what a cassette tape recorder is? Yes? You have a VHS. Well, my father had a cassette tape recorder, and the first cassette with the piano, the piano keys on it, and the first song I ever heard on that tape recorder was a Neil Diamond album, and this was on it. So, all that to say, that popular camp song is probably what, if we did a census, it wouldn't be, that's an old camp song. Yes. So we should have some camp safety this morning. Remember to keep something on your feet in case there's anything sharp in the sand. If you go in the water, don't forget the life jackets. If you go in the canoe, of course, you need your life jackets and you should have some kind of supervision. Right now, the paddles are over there because we might use them as air guitars later. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And rain. Do you mind moving the slides for us? That's right. So, we'll split up into, I know this is your right, and this is your left. We're going to split the congregation up. So you want to lead this side. We're going to do the call to worship. So this side of the congregation, from there over, will read the part that is for the right side. And that half of the congregation will read the part that's for the left side. And we'll go to the next slide. Oh, sorry. Camp bell rings. And so at some camps, yes. So you ring these too. Sorry. So we start a camp with the bell. What's the next slide? Got that? So the bell is ringing. We gather for instruction. Let's go to the warmth of the campfire. Can we bring s'mores? And we will start the campfire. There we go. So, do you guys know how to sing this? See this? Fires burning, draw nearer, in the gloaming, come sing and be merry. Fires burning, draw nearer, in the gloaming, come sing and be merry. Now that's sung around usually, isn't it? We've already practiced our right and our left. So, do you want to start? Okay. Fires burning, draw nearer, in the gloaming, come sing and be merry. Fires burning, draw nearer, in the gloaming, come sing and be merry. Wow, perfect. Thank you. Creator God, the spark has kindled the fire. We get therefore its warmth and light. Your love is the warmth that fills our hearts. Your love lights the way. First we experience the warmth and light of God, light of your love, and then we pass it on. Pass it on. So, we're going to sing with I've got the joy, 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 joy.
Down in my heart. like it, he can sit on a tack. Where? Sit on a tack. Sit on a tack. And if the devil doesn't like it, he can sit on a tack. Sit on a tack to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. The wonderful love of my blessed Redeemer way down in the depths of my heart. Where? Down in the depths of my heart. Where? Down in the depths of my heart. I've the wonderful love of my blessed Redeemer way down in the depths of my heart. Where? Down in the depths of my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. Whew. Yeah.
And so, we're going to read through the Bible lesson tonight the same way we do on Tuesdays. So, let's read this together. It's from 1 John, of course, chapter 3, verses 16 to 24. And we're reading from the Contemporary English Version this morning. We know what love is because Jesus gave his life for us. That is why we must give our lives for each other. If we have all we need and see one of our own people in need, we must have pity on that person, or else we cannot say we love God. Children, you should show your love for others by truly helping them and not merely by talking about it. When we love others, we know that we belong to the truth, and we feel at ease in the presence of God. But even if we don't feel at ease, God is greater than our feelings, and God knows everything. Dear friends, if we feel at ease in the presence of God, we will have the courage to come near. God will give us whatever we ask because we obey and do what pleases God. God wants us to have faith in the Son, Jesus Christ, and to love each other. This is also what Jesus taught us to do. If we obey God's commandments, we will stay one in our hearts with God, and God will stay one with us. The Spirit that was given us is proof that we are one with God. Amen. And it's anthem time.
Jesus called my name when he was passing by. My life will never be the same. His love will never die.
Lorraine, Can you help me make s'mores?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now?
Yes. Because we can talk while we make s'mores. Have you guys know what s'mores are? You like s'mores? You want to come up for s'mores?
Yeah. Well, actually, we're already up here.
Yeah, I mean, closer to the fire for s'mores.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes. Gonna block you in. Be careful around the fire.
It's not actually real.
Oh, I know, but we should
Never know.
practice safety anyhow. So, making s'mores is one of the simple pleasures of camp, isn't it, Lorraine?
It sure is.
Yes, and they're very easy to make, aren't they?
That's why you need my help.
That's right. Well, actually, there's a couple of things you need. There's 5 things you need for s'mores. We have 3 of them.
Oh,
We have graham crackers, marshmallows,
lots of chocolate.
lots of chocolate bars. Yes. Now, we have lots of extra chocolate bars. I asked Tom Folks for for more than we needed, so
Oh, there you go.
yes, we can sneak those home. So, I know you shouldn't be greedy for chocolate.
Isn't he
That's-
bad? You just remind him to be good.
That's a good point. I shouldn't be greedy for chocolate. Well, not just that, but here we're sitting around the fire, we're making s'mores. Yes, I'll get cavities, but what else? If I'm greedy for chocolate and I eat all the chocolate, what would happen? Who else would have chocolate?
Chris ate it all.
If I got greedy and ate all the chocolate, who else would have chocolate?
Nobody
Nobody.
else.
And so
Nobody else.
nobody else would have chocolate, and I would feel bad. Even if I didn't feel bad, like I felt guilty or I felt embarrassed, I would feel bad because all that sugar would just be bad for me, right?
Or be bad, or
Yes.
you'll feel bad for your wife if she didn't get
Yes.
chocolate.
Yes.
He
Yes.
would feel bad for his wife if she didn't get any chocolate.
That's
for
right.
Sure.
That's right. Yes. So, maybe that can be our simple lesson. So, our lesson from the Bible was really simple, and that is, well, to care about each other. Really easy. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
And to do things like eat all the chocolate, eat all the marshmallows, eat all the graham crackers would be wrong. So, let's share these. Now, does everyone in the congregation know how to make s'mores?
What do you
Yes.
think? What's our first step? Oh, hello. Come on up. Come on up. Hey, some new friends to invite here.
Come on up.
So we need 2 graham crackers, Rebecca says.
2 graham crackers,
6 pieces
6 pieces
of chocolate for the
of chocolate for each s'more.
6 pieces. Let's try 2. 2 blocks of chocolate, like this. That should be good. Here you go. There's 2. Okay, 2. Here, we'll get you. We've got some that aren't broken here. There we go. And Chris. There we go. We got lots. We got some more here. Don't worry, everybody.
And we'll set everything on the tarp here. This tarp is like sand. It's not like real sand, so we can set it down. And it was clean before I walked on it this morning, so it's fine.
And that's
Right?
the other thing at camp. We have to have strong stomachs, don't we?
Yes.
There we go. There's 2. There you go, Zeke. There you go. How about over here with our doors?
Yes.
Pass them over that way. Okay, so we said we needed graham crackers. Where did those lovely little girls go that were kind of coming up? Are they over there? Would you like a couple over there? Okay. All right, so then, what?
What, the marshmallow is next.
And we also get chocolate and put it on, but first you gotta practice.
Okay, you gotta.
You got it down.
I got my
Here we
You gotta crack it. Can you break your, like in the middle? There we go. Perfect.
Oh, here we
Yep.
go.
Put your s'more on top of your marshmallow.
Yep, take a marshmallow each. It's probably all you can. Oh, they're awesome. See it? We'll do a swap here.
Okay.
Heather needs us to take that.
Oh, there we need.
Oh, come on up. Okay, here you go. Is there anybody without one? No,
Anyone
like
without a
one?
marshmallow? Oh, don't eat. Oh, you already have your chocolate. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Lots of chocolate
So
here.
we thought two blocks each. Is that okay? There we go. There you go, Kira. You're welcome. Here you go. There's some here you can reach and grab your
Want a
two
marshmallow?
blocks.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, how you, man? Who's your friend? Come on in. You guys
There you
need
go.
some.
Want a marshmallow?
Come on up.
Right behind. There you go. Grab marshmallow.
Oh, we'll try another one that's not broken. Oh, we got lots. Don't worry.
Yep, we've got lots of everything.
Got lots. How is it? Good. Yeah? Is it good? There we
Give you some more.
go. Did you get it, Graham? Did you get it?
Two more graham crackers.
Okay. Here we go.
Yes.
They're coloring over there.
They're coloring,
They're
okay.
new here, so they don't.
They're a little shy there, are they?
Yeah,
Well, I don't blame them. We're scary.
that's right.
Okay. How are we doing? Do we need some
Give
chocolate?
you another one.
I think one we'll start with. Maybe downstairs.
Okay, sorry.
We'll do a couple more.
Get enough.
Here we go. There you go.
Now,
All right.
the two things we're missing,
What are we
tin foil
missing? Right.
and real fire.
Thankfully.
Yes,
We'll
Yes.
deal with the water in the room, but no fire.
that's right.
Okay.
So, but if it was raining and the roof was leaking, we could have a fire in here and still be safe, right?
Maybe.
We'll ask Chuck. Chocolate?
Oh, you guys need it over there.
So, Rain, do you have a skit for us? If you don't, Lorraine does too, whichever.
Yeah, I think she's ready.
Are you ready?
Good. Okay. Let's eat the s'mores.
Are you going to come up and do the skit too? Are you coming up?
I think we'll wait till we go downstairs to eat some more. I think your parents would shoot me if I let you have a second s'more out here.
That's right, and that would be you because you're responsible for this. I was opposed to it from the very beginning.
Tristan, I think you will.
What? Norma too. It was Norma and Lorraine. Yes. So, want to do a skit?
Ready to go? Mom.
Okay. Need mom.
She needs volunteers, so she's volunteering Mom.
Do we have enough room for the skit up here?
Yeah. Zeke. Oh, Tristan. You guys are in this skit.
Is the canoe in the way?
Don't know. She'll get it ready.
Yep.
Caden. Caden. Are you coming up for the skit? No. Okay. Whoop.
Yes. Yes, you'll do
Famous last words. You didn't hear it. Tristan just said, I've really got to push this down. I don't know if that will end well. All right.
it. They need a microphone. I think.
So we've got a microphone here for you guys. So, Caden brought one. Kira, do you want to fish? You better get down here. Who wants to take the mic?
Oh, it's for me.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah, I'm gonna get trained probably.
Yes. down the road? Or do you want to?
Daddy. Come and go.
I don't have my fishing rod.
You don't have what?
Okay, I'm fishing.
It's right there beside you.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I have a s'more and a fishing rod. I'm ready to camp.
Microphone around.
How come you're catching all the fish? What'd she say?
You're still catching fish. How are you catching so many fish? I just
Loud.
You're catching so many fish.
I said I have to keep the worms warm.
Oh! The moral?
Sure. You're on the spot.
The moral of the story. Well, keeping the worms warm is a loving act, isn't it? Yes. So it expands our understanding of who our neighbor is, perhaps. Even cold worms. So, thank you very much. How many people went to camp again? Man, those skits were so much fun. I was going to tell people that we met at camp.
Hey,
But then they might not.
They all went over there just to put their stuff up.
He's got the whole world. Is that you, Owen?
I think so.
Yes. Oh, it's all of you. Yes. We're all going to sing. And then, and the choir. And we can stay seated to sing. He's got the whole world. And of course, this morning, we are truly a blessed people. As we gather, we recognize that we are truly blessed to live in God's wondrous creation, to have family and friends and neighbors that we can depend upon. As God has blessed us, we in turn share a portion of that blessing with others. Our time, our talents and tithes in support of the work of God's church and our camping mission. And we'll call upon our ushers for morning offerings. Loving God, accept the gifts of our time, talent, and tithes for the work of your church in this community and beyond. We share what we have so that the warmth and light of your love will spread to everyone. And we shout from the mountaintops, pass it on. Amen. Amen. You know what? Every Sunday when we have our prayer for the congregation, we bring up this box. And this box has prayers in it that are written down on pieces of paper that we don't say out loud. Prayers that people want God to know about, but not necessarily everyone else. And so we put them in this box. And so when we say the prayer in the morning, like if Norma was here, Norma would put her hand in the box, and I would put my hand in the box. Sometimes, like Cynthia Surrett, she's the chair of Christian Community, so sometimes she takes part in the pastoral prayer, and she would put her hand in the box. How about this morning, since we're all here, and your faith is so very important, if you gather around this box and just place your hand on it while we say our prayer for the congregation, and that way we will be remembering the prayers that are inside this box too. You want to do that? Come on over. And we'll ask the whole congregation to say the prayer because we have it up on the wall. Okay? God of love, we fun of human, life of human, learning and challenges become stepping stones to our growing maturity. Thank you for surrounding us all with love, guidance, and forgiveness. Help us to care for all life, no matter our differences, so that we can make a difference. There are many struggling for food, peace, safety, the freedom to worship. Guide us to ways in which we can help show those in need. Open us to receive your teachings. Help us to let our little lights shine by showing love to all. Bless those who are struggling with physical or mental illness and those grieving losses of any kind. We remember the victims of workplace accidents, deaths, and injury across Canada and the families touched by these sorrows. God, help those who are suffering, find strength in your love and feel renewed in their faith. Humbly we ask your blessings. Together we pray. O breathing life, your name shines everywhere. Create a space to plant your presence here. Embody your desire in every life and action. Grant us this moment's bread and wisdom. Untie the knots of failure binding us as we release the strands we hold of others' faults. Help us not forget our source, yet enable us to be in the present. From you arises every vision, power, and song. From gathering to gathering, may our future grow from here. Amen. And amen. Thank you all very much. And we're going to sing again. Kumbaya. What do you think, Counselor Quinn? Did you bring your whistle? No. Oh, you know, it's something I know. I'm sorry I should have said this beforehand because I don't want to embarrass you. But if I say, do you mind if I say something? I don't want to embarrass you. Then you're kind of on the spot. So I'll take my chance. So Heather is up here especially this morning because I love Heather. She's so much fun. She is a really good person, but you can tell sometimes that she's got some mischief in her. And look, see? That's exactly it, right there. And when we were talking about camp, it was months ago, Heather told me that she never went to church camp. That shocked me, because if anyone I ever met should ever have gone to church camp, it's Heather. And if anyone whom I've ever met should have been a camp counselor, it was Heather. So Counselor Quinn, we're calling her this morning, is up here at camp, but it's not just so as Heather can pretend she's at camp. We at Trinity, our church, will never see a child whom we love, who's part of our congregation or under our care, not go to camp if they want to go to camp. And so if you ever want to go to camp, but what am I trying to say? Yeah, we subsidize camp. And that means that we can help anyone go to camp. So that, let's see, if I count my fingers and toes, you should have went to camp when you were 8. So 20 years from now, you will not have said, well, I never went to camp, if you want to go to camp. Right, Heather? That's right.
Hey.
So, kumbaya.
There you go. I gotta get C card here. It takes me a while sometimes. You go ahead. Okay, Gus. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. Oh Lord, kumbaya. Someone's crying, my Lord. Kumbaya. Someone's laughing, my Lord. Kumbaya. Someone's laughing, my Lord. Kumbaya. Oh Lord, kumbaya.
Hey, can we pause? Counselor Quinn, you know the actions.
I do.
And what would camp counselors be doing if we were singing a song and they knew the actions? They'd be teaching the actions. I think that's what you're trying to say. Yes. So let's turn around and face Counselor Quinn, and she's going to teach us the actions to Kumbaya. We'll resume. Someone's crying, my Lord, Kumbaya.
Someone's crying, my Lord. Kumbaya. Someone's crying, my Lord. Kumbaya. Oh Lord, kumbaya. Someone's praying, my Lord. Kumbaya. Someone's praying, my
Do you know Michael, row your boat ashore? No? Let's learn Michael, row your boat ashore.
Can we just take a break here tonight?
Pardon me?
My guitar I rubbed against the chair and one of the strings went out.
No.
It's okay though. Got a master here to do it.
Yep.
He even showed me how to do a tuner.
Do you know this one, Councillor Quinn?
Yes.
Are there actions for it? No?
Not that I can remember.
Okay. The campfire. What happens is, when you tune a guitar, and Bob Swan can tell us this because he's a guitarist, if you tune a guitar indoors or outdoors in the winter, and then bring it indoors to a campfire, the temperature change affects the tuning of the guitar. Did you know that? So right now, because Owen and Larry are sitting so close to the fire, it's knocked their guitars out of tune.
You're too kind.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yes.
Michael,
Row your boat ashore. Hallelujah.
Michael, row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Sister, help to trim the sails. Hallelujah. Sister, help to trim the sails. Hallelujah. Michael, row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael, row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. The river Jordan still in flow. Hallelujah. Chills the body but not the soul. Hallelujah. Michael, row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael, row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. The river is deep and the river is wide. Hallelujah. Milk and honey on the other side. Hallelujah. Michael, row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael, row the boat ashore.
We can't sing seated. We have to stand up for this. Ready?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then you
Please. Yeah, there are other options, but we'll have to scoot through this slide. The attention was drawn this morning to honk your nose, and there was some question as to how we would actually do that. Are we finished? Is there anything else we know that we can sing?
Another song?
Sing.
Do you want to do la 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 la?
Just, pardon me? It only takes a spark.
Okay.
And that is in,
It is in our,
that's in more Voices. No, Voices United.
it is in the big one. Pass it on.
289. Voices United 289, maybe.
Yep, that's it.
Wow. And so I should say something about this particular hymn this morning. This was in the slides, but I hid the slide because I didn't ask Wendy about it beforehand, and I don't like to surprise her more than I already do on Sunday mornings. So, we were going to do It Only Takes a Spark because when we opened the campfire, the last thing we said was pass it on. And It Only Takes a Spark or pass it on, is a beautiful hymn or song to use as a form of exchanging the peace. So, while we sing it, why don't we turn to one another, turn perhaps to someone whom you haven't seen in church, someone who's back from Florida, someone who's visiting this morning, and use that song and a greeting as a form of passing the peace. D. And let us say our commissioning together. Take the warmth and light represented by this fire into your lives. Take the warmth and light of God's love into your lives.
May the fun and faith
life in church camps reside in your minds and hearts, and remember to pass it on. Amen.